Structure is that system of understanding of basic hair cutting movements. Elevation, finger angle, in and out, lateral movement, and over direction. Elevation is the up movement. Elevate the hair, you graduate the hair, correct?
Yeah.
Straight out, straight off, you're cutting flat layers. Okay? 90 degrees out, 90 degrees off with your finger angle, boom, straight off, flat, straight line on a rounded object equals flat layers. So is graduation important?
Yes.
Oh, you betcha. Finger angle, the angle that you want to achieve within that graduation. Okay? In and out movement, short or long hair, duh, right? Lateral direction, side to side movement. This is lateral direction, from the back or from the side to the front, from the front to the back. Okay? That's lateral. Over direction is a continuation of elevation. Once I elevate above 180 degrees, I'm going into over direction. Over direction creates a special type of layering. The layering that is achieved when using over direction is the actual shape of the head. Anytime hair touches the head shape, the outside perimeter takes on the head shape. Cool? Because you're going to see me do a haircut in a minimal amount of movements, and then use some of our systems to create some texture within the design. Hey, you're learning how to take sections right now, smaller sections, for control and for accuracy. If you're going to do a precision cut, yes, you're going to have to take smaller sections. If I'm looking for a free-flowing haircut that's going to move, that has texture on the inside and the outside all at one time, then I'm going to start having to think a little bit smarter. I'm not just going to be able to take those basic shapes and manipulate those movements to create something different. So I want to think smarter. How can I do this haircut in a minimal amount of effort? I can do a long layered haircut in one cut, but you must understand what's happening when you do that. I can do a bob in 2 cuts and then cut the perimeter. So you have to really start thinking about what the hair is doing. You're going to be using those movements at all times, okay? If I was to take, let's say, her left front side, crown area to the top of the ear, we'll separate that out. If I was to take this entire left front section up and over the head shape, I've elevated it, right? It's elevated. Once I elevate it past 180, I'm into over direction. That is over direction, above its root level, over direction. You've been maybe understood that this is over directing to the front. That's lateral direction. There's a big distinction between that. I'm moving it side to side. Once I elevate it and go over the head shape, now I'm in over direction. Now, this works different ways. I can still choose an angle, a finger angle. How do I want the layers to go? Do I want them shorter in the crown, longer to the front? Shorter in the front, longer to the back. I'm wrapping it over the head shape. How much roundness do I want to see in that design? If I want to see it really rounded, then I can wrap it all the way over the head shape, cut the same finger angle, short in the front to long in the back. So, wasn't that? Did you love that movie? You don't, some of you don't have never seen it, okay. So up and over the head shape. So this makes a difference, up and down. Finger angle makes a difference. Lateral direction makes a difference. So you have to really start thinking about what are my end results? What do I want to achieve? Because I'm only going to cut this once. So if I make a mistake, it's one, okay? Big, big mistake.
Right. Question, I'm sorry.
I'm elevating. I'm choosing what elevation in over direction. How much roundness do I want to see? I'm laterally directing the hair to the front, which means what? Am I going to leave it longer to the back?
Yes.
Distance equals length, always, always, always. So elevation up and over, making the back travel further. If this back corner, if I want to keep it longest, then I'm moving it to her right front corner. It travels further. Then I can move my finger angle out. Then I can actually cut shorter to longer, open and closing my shears. I'm not cutting a curved slicing method. I'm just opening and closing, connecting in small steps or stages. That's called texture. Small steps or stages within a design is texture. You do the same thing on the inside, right? Say I wanted to texture it, I would take it up like this, take a pair of texturizing shears with 5 big teeth on it, ka-chunk. Now I've got short and long within the design. I am removing some of the density as well, correct? But I'm also creating movement within that design through texture. This hair design is made of art, which is what you do every day, emotion, which is how you feel every day and how your client feels at the time she's getting that haircut, okay? Geometry, you better understand angles if you want to create symmetry within a design, or all your haircuts are asymmetry and you just free-form cutting. And that's okay too. Depends on what you want to be, okay? And last but not least is physics. For every action, there's a reaction. If I cut hair straight off, then I'm cutting flat layers. If I use the head shape, I'm creating convex layers, outward moving layers. If I go in and cut down and out, I'm creating concave layers within the design. So there's a lot more to it than just keeping your fingers straight, arcing them a little bit, and perhaps point cutting.